Welcome back to episode 5
Yes.
of Sick.
Sick.
See you next Tuesday.
And it's Tuesday.
Yup.
And we're coming at you from a snowstorm.
It's going crazy out there. It's like blizzardy.
Yeah. It's cold, it's snowy, it's
wet.
a perfect day to sit on FaceTime and talk about movies with your favorite person.
Oh my
me.
god. I'm gonna call my favorite person.
See you later.
Bye. I'm so excited to talk about what we're talking about today. Ben, would you like to take us away, you little
I would
newbie?
love to take us away. So today is going to be a little blast from the past.
Absolutely. From about 3 days ago for you.
I mean 2007.
Yeah. The year.
Today, well, not today, but Annabel and I recently rewatched / watched classic British cinema.
Amen. BAFTA award winning.
2007's St Trinian's and 2009's St Trinian's 2.
Fritton Gold Pirate.
The Legend of Fritton's Gold or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen these movies, watch those movies and then come back to this podcast.
Yes. If you haven't seen these movies, then you are Ben Thomas from 7 days ago.
Absolutely.
Yes.
These movies were highly requested to be watched by me from Annabel because
absolutely
they are a little. I love British cinema. I love
Ben is a little
movies.
Britophile. He's obsessed with the British and everything they create.
I also love teen movies. So
this is just the perfect mashup.
I will say these movies were not huge in the US.
I had no idea, right? I thought that you were just being willfully ignorant. Turns out you're actually impressive for having heard of them, because I was talking to my roommates, shout out Karma, shout out Clammy, and they were like, what is St Trinian's? I had to spell it out to Clammy so that she could Google it. She'd never heard of it.
I want to say that the reason I think I do is because of Juno Temple.
Yes.
Huge Juno Temple fan.
Love Juno.
I have not seen these movies with her in them, but
disgusting.
I have now, so that's all that matters.
Thank God. You're also a big Wild Child fan, and I feel like that's kind of adjacent.
Yeah.
I read a Letterboxd review that said that St Trinian's was Wild Child's like hotter older sister, or younger sister, I guess, 2007.
Yeah, it would be the younger sister. I want to say that Wild Child might be hotter than St Trinian's. I don't know.
That's crazy. I feel like St Trinian's is more like inappropriate.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wild Child was definitely more famous in the US than St. Trinian's was. That's for sure. But that's because Emma Roberts, like
exactly.
America's
an American
sweetheart.
at the
abuser, Emma Roberts.
Domestic abuser Emma Roberts. Girl next door. Love her. Honestly, love her.
So Annabelle and I watched these movies really recently, like in the last 2 days.
Yeah,
and
for me in the past 24 hours.
Yeah. We took some notes.
Mm-hmm.
We are here to talk about British icons, also known as the School of St. Trinian's.
Yes, I, for one, would love to apply.
So, Annabelle, just give us a little rundown of St. Trinian's 1. What is it about? What's the vibe? Where are we?
Okay. We are in England. And at the beginning of the film, Annabel Fritton joins St. Trinian's, a school. Like an all-girls boarding school, but it is a horrendous, run-down all-girls boarding school where anything goes, anything flies, and it is run by her aunt. At first, she's forced to be there. She doesn't want to be there. She hates it. She's kind of like a straight-laced goody two-shoes. She thinks that they're all, like, horrid. But then she gets amongst the action and gets slotted into a little group, and then there's an art heist. And that's all you need to know.
Okay. That is one of my, like, biggest notes, I think, is this movie went from, like, Mean Girls, Click, New School to
Ocean's
Art
11.
Heist.
Yeah.
And literally, it just takes you for freaking roller coaster.
Absolutely. You go on a ride, baby girl.
I love that this has something for everybody, you know?
So true. The
You've got your
action fans. Oh, look at you go.
The action fans. We've got the teen comedy. We've got...
Oh, yeah.
There's no romance.
Yes, there is.
Okay, there is
Camilla
romance.
and Jeffrey. You shut your mouth.
Who is played by...
The love of my life, Mr. Colin Firth.
Rupert Everett.
Honestly, I would. In drag, I would. I love the man.
Which I think we should say. So,
yes.
Camila,
the school principal, Annabel's aunt, is played by Rupert Everett in drag, and Annabel's dad is also played by Rupert Everett. So you're introduced to Rupert Everett as her father as she brings her in, and then he's like, "This is my sister," and it's literally him in a wig.
Edna Turnblad who?
Literally, Hairspray wouldn't have happened without St Trinians, and I stand by it.
John Travolta would never have done Hairspray if he didn't see Rupert Everett in drag.
Amen. A month before.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
But so yes, this movie is a little bit of everything, and there is some romance. You're right, between Rupert Everett in drag and Colin Firth.
Because I was invested.
It's sort of like a little enemies to lovers.
It's like lovers to enemies back to lovers. Yeah. The best kind of progression.
Really.
Yeah. It's fan
everything's
fiction.
a roller coaster.
It is, and I'm strapped in.
So I want to say I think my favorite part of this movie is truly the one single line that leads us into the art heist, which...
Oh, I know what it is. Please, take us away.
I'm sorry. I need to bring this up because it's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it's the most niche joke that I feel like so few people would get unless you've seen Scarlett Johansson's entire filmography.
So probably you and like two other people.
So they decide to steal Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring.
Yes. This movie taught me what that painting was.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, I was like...
Yeah,
8.
you were young. That's valid.
I still don't know what art is, so nothing's changed.
They have the whole setup of what they're going to do with this heist, and they're like, we should steal her, and it pans over to a photo of the girl with the pearl earring.
Yeah.
And the hotties?
Posh toddies.
Posh toddies.
They are hot there. I'll give you that.
They are hot. That's why I think I thought that.
Yeah.
The three posh toddies who are like the
they're
airheads? The hot airheads.
They're like
rich, hot
exactly.
airheads.
Yeah. In the leather lingerie, nothing going on.
Yes. They look over at the painting and they go, "Oh my god, you want to steal Scarlett Johansson?" And that is the funniest line I've ever heard in any movie, because Scarlett Johansson did in fact play the girl with the pearl earring in a movie prior to this. And so that's why. But like, in what world would anyone get that instead of seen that weird ass Scarlett Johansson movie?
So I have seen that weird ass Scarlett Johansson movie now. In 2007, had I? Absolutely not. I thought that the joke was that she was blonde and the girl in the painting was blonde. I also thought that's how her name was pronounced.
I think the fun part of it is, so that movie came out in 2003.
There you go.
And you know who else is in that movie?
Who else is in that movie?
Colin Firth.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's one of my biggest notes. The number of fourth wall breaking Colin Firth references is so funny. Miss Fritton's dog named Mr. Darcy. At one point, he's like pushed out a window, lands in a pond, does the like Pride and Prejudice wet shirt scene.
Yes, I had all of the Pride and Prejudice references written down because I was like, this is
so good.
So good.
It's even one of the like quiz question answers later on with Stephen Fry. Spoilers.
That's so. The one thing about this, speaking of Colin Firth, is like this movie.
Let's speak about Colin Firth.
This movie is a who's who of English celebrities.
Absolutely.
We have probably everybody famous that you could probably ever think of.
We've got Rupert Everett,
Colin Firth,
Stephen Fry.
Yeah, Stephen Fry as himself.
Misha Barton, English icon, as herself.
Misha Barton. We've got
Juno Temple.
We've got Lucy Punch.
Yeah, we do.
Gemma
and doesn't
Arterton.
she throw one? Gemma Arterton.
There's Tallulah
Riley, lover of Elon Musk.
Ex-lover of Elon Musk.
Thank God. Stay with Thomas Brody Sangster. Yeah. It's over, you guys. It's fine.
Don't worry.
Calm down. We've also got what's-her-face. I wrote it down.
Who?
Clammy clocked it. What is her name? Singer.
Who?
Singer. She's one of the, like, gothy girls.
Wait.
I'm gonna find it. Or you can Google it.
Zawe Ashton.
Paloma Faith.
Oh my God, Paloma Faith.
Paloma Faith is in this movie as an actor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It just goes.
It goes insane.
It never ends.
Yeah.
The name. Toby Jones.
Toby Jones.
Lena Headey.
Lena Headey, crazy.
Russell Brand.
Oh, Russell. The way I forgot. What a cast. It's
like,
crazy.
Genuinely, it is never ending.
No, it's so good. I also was introduced to a lot of people from this movie. Obviously, like Tallulah, Gemma.
Yeah.
Probably Juno. I think I saw this before Wild Child, or maybe same time. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is just... it's got everybody, and it's so amazing.
I also think this is my go-to movie for Lucy Punch.
So my go-to movie for Lucy Punch is Ella Enchanted.
That makes sense. You were a little Ella girly.
Yeah.
My second go-to is Easy. Nope, not Easy A. Bad Teacher.
For Lucy Punch?
Yeah, she's iconic in that movie.
Yeah, she is iconic in that.
Yeah.
But that's definitely not my go-to. There's another movie that she was in that's so similar to
Into the
Enchanted,
Woods.
and I'm trying to think of what it is.
I do not know.
Oh my God. I cannot for the life of me think of it. I remember being like, Lucy Punch only does movies where she's the ugly stepsister.
True.
And
Into the Woods. I said that, but I think we were talking at the same time.
Okay. Or like you may have cut out because I did not hear you say that. But yeah, I don't associate her as being in Into the Woods because it's like the exact same character as Enchanted.
I also just like one day would love to see her play the ingenue. When's that gonna happen?
I would love to see her play like a hot mommy.
She would kill as a hot mommy.
Yeah.
Because she is hot, and I think it's time that we appreciated that.
I agree.
Let's not focus on her talent, and let's just focus on her looks.
Amen. I mean, she's hot.
She is.
And she is talented. So we can focus on both, Annabelle, you sexist.
Amen. And I would do really well in this second film. I should be David Tennant.
Oh my gosh. But okay, so the first movie is iconic. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
Do you have any standout notes?
So the one standout note I would like to bring up is Gemma Arterton's hair.
Let's talk about it. It's time someone said something.
Let's shave it off.
How dare you? She invented the bob, sir. She invented it.
She might have invented the bob, but there's a reason that
no one
people
tried
don't
to
remember.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. I remember in the first movie thinking she was really ugly. Like thinking Gemma Arterton was ugly, but I was a child. And I only focused on people's hair, and people's hair told me whether or not people were ugly. And then I watched the second one and I was like, she's hot.
No, her hair gets so much better in the second one.
It does. It's still a wig. It's still very obviously a wig. But it's a better one.
Grown. Her bob has grown.
We only like women with long hair.
And she's a woman of color, so how dare you say that?
Woman of color, Gemma Arterton. Inventor of the bob, inventor of diversity, Gemma Arterton.
I feel like we need to explain that.
I don't.
Slightly.
I think leave it there.
I'm not going to because we can't.
Elaborate.
So Gemma Arterton in 2009
was a woman of color.
Was a woman of color in Prince of Persia, Sand of Times with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, when I first saw her and first clocked who she was. Yeah. And I truly convinced myself and I truly believed that she was, in fact, a woman of color.
Yes.
Only until 2 days ago. Did I find out that she's not?
Literally, you texted and said, Gemma Arterton isn't a woman of color, right? And I said, no. I mean, I think she's like fake tanned in the second one, but that's That's as far as it gets.
I truly believed she was a woman of color until 2 days ago. So
I truly believed that she wasn't wearing a wig and that was her hair in the first one. So
yeah,
we all make assumptions.
Exactly. We just don't know the real Gemma Arterton. Who
is she? She's an actor. She transforms.
Yeah.
Clemmie was also dead set certain that she was in Downton Abbey, and she wasn't. So who is she?
Exactly. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
A woman of mystery.
A woman of mystery, star of The Voices.
So tell me, what are some other standout moments for you?
Okay, so my number one note is Reuben Everett and actor Lindsay Lohan, who
no, I have
invented
something very
the double
similar,
role.
yes.
Yeah. And then my next note is representation. Just because finally there is a character named Annabel. And I'm so happy about it.
Does she not spell it not the same way?
She does not spell it the same way, which is also insane because mine is the English spelling with one L. So what's happening?
So the representation is just gone.
I guess. But this was pre-doll movie. So this was everything to me.
The doll movie did not create the name Annabelle with Ellie at the end.
I actually think you'll find it's called Annabelle Creation. So
I'm sorry, that's the sequel?
I've not seen a single one of them.
The first one is in fact called Annabelle.
Whatever. But I remember when I was in primary school, I wanted to host a party where everyone came dressed like an Annabelle party, and everyone was going to come dressed as different fictional Annabelles.
There's like two.
I was
the
like,
cow.
See, I didn't even know the cow, so I was like, there's only St Trinians, and I bagged that. So good luck.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You'd get the cow, Tallulah Riley, and
I
the
thought you were
doll
calling
now.
Tallulah Riley
No!
a cow.
Oh my god, no!
I think like the cow,
No.
Tallulah Riley.
God, no. But it sounds like a bomb party, and I would love to come.
I'll invite you. There's
okay,
more. Actually, I think I should throw it in the year of 2024 because there are more Annabelles on offer.
Yes, you've got so many Annabelles.
You've got the cow.
So many. But
You've got
more
St Trinians.
Annabelles.
You've got
I
the
come
doll.
as you.
She's my favorite fictional character. Can you please?
Oh my gosh.
So that was my note on representation.
Yeah.
Finally, a white woman named Annabelle on screen. It's about time.
Yeah, pretty iconic.
Yeah.
One of the standout scenes for me was when Colin Firth is inspecting the school.
Yes, and he gets trapped. No, sorry, I'll let you finish your sentence, baby.
No,
you go.
I could not stop laughing when he comes into the classroom and it says Easter story on the chalkboard, and it's a girl with duct tape, like Jesus Christ on the cross.
No, every like little scene you see about like how messed up this school is so funny.
Oh my god, I had to rewind it. I watched that scene probably 3 times because I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
It's so good. I am obsessed. I'm trying to. One of these is just I would buy a designer tampon.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Maybe I was just thinking that at the time. I can't even remember what that really is.
It's actually not even in the movie.
I just I'd buy it. Russell Brand would be a drug dealer soliciting drugs from Perseus and an old girls boarding
What's he doing here is the other thing I want to know.
That's so true, but what's he doing in Big Time Rush, Ben? What's he doing in Trolls? What's he doing?
What's Russell Brand doing?
What is he doing? Also, have you ever heard him on a podcast?
No, I have not.
It actually really shocked me. He's incredibly verbose, very well spoken, insanely smart. He's hate to hear
very
it.
Insightful. He's very
It made me
deep.
sick. I don't need that from him.
I know. You wouldn't think that comes out of that man, but it does.
I don't want anything to come out of that man. After he broke up with Katy Perry via text.
Through a text? I know.
Kill yourself.
Criminal.
Literally disgusting. I will. But he actually was really funny in this movie, though.
Yeah, he is funny. He's good in this movie.
Yeah, hate to say it. I hate to say it.
Also,
why is he hitting on child Gemma Arterton?
Oh my god, that makes me sick. That's, I think, why I said, what is he doing here? Because it's like he's flirting with head girl Gemma Arterton.
Yeah, he's an old man who comes into the school getting drugs and then hits on head girl Gemma Arterton. Tries to take her out for Chinese food.
I'd go, but...
I'd have to go.
She's a child.
But she's a child. They're also, as a child, I remember seeing nothing wrong with it because in my mind she was 30.
She looks 30.
She does look 30. I had to Google it. She is in her 20s.
I was going to say, there's no way she's 30, but she looks old.
She looks it. But she looks the same now, to her credit. So
She does.
She's eternally 30.
She's so hot.
No, she's so hot. Actually, St Trinian should have done her justice and made her hotter.
Yeah. That bob.
Not the
Everything
bob.
comes back to that bob.
Everything always comes back to the bob.
I would also love to talk about the finale for a moment.
The song?
The Girls Aloud cameo.
That's Girls Aloud?
That's Girls Aloud, homie.
Shut your mouth.
That is Girls Aloud.
Oh, the way I didn't know.
I clocked it immediately and lost my mind in the process because Sound of the Underground is quite possibly the best song in existence. So,
okay.
Everybody listen to Sound of the Underground by Girls Aloud right now.
Tag yourself. I'm everybody. I've never heard it.
So after this podcast, you're going to listen to Sound of the Underground.
Okay.
But love Girls Aloud. And they are the ones that sing in the freaking credit finale scene of St. Trinian.
The St. Trinian's theme song?
Yes. That is Girls Aloud.
I have that bought on iTunes.
It's Girls Aloud. I think it's called like St. Trinian's like band or something like that.
Yeah.
On iTunes. But...
Yeah. That's why I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's Girls Aloud.
I've been a fan for years. I also love that the little theme plays throughout the entire movie, and then you get to hear it with lyrics at the end.
I love this, the "We Are the Best, so screw the rest" song thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do as we damn well please.
So good.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I'm obsessed. I have another note that I think is really important and that I would like to bring up.
Please share with the class.
Okay, actually I have a couple.
Share them all.
One of them is that dog is so me when it's humping Colin Firth's leg.
Oh my god. Okay.
Twice.
Wait, is that in the first one or is that in the second one?
That's in the first one.
Okay.
Twice.
Does it happen in the second one?
So in the second one, it's a different dog because Mr. Darcy unfortunately passes away.
Yes.
Via lawnmower.
But I don't remember which one it was, but in one of them, when the dog is humping Colin Firth, you can so very clearly see that whoever's leg the dog is humping is just moving their leg and making the dog look like, well, who's to say it's actually Colin's leg? But like,
I wish.
They're just like showing the dog, it looks like he's humping his leg, but the person is clearly moving their leg back and forth.
Yeah. I think that's twice in the first one. In the second one, the new dog, whose name I have written down, it's some character, Heathcliff, from Wuthering Heights. Love. Heathcliff is not a humper, just Mr. Darcy.
Okay, so I think then it must be from the first one. I just could not remember because the dog's everywhere. So
the dogs are horny everywhere. But so that was my important note, and then my next important note is that this movie would have been over in 45 minutes had they had Melissa McCarthy from Genie.
What a collab that would be.
Incredible. I need to see it.
Genie x St. Trinian.
I need to see it. For those of you unfamiliar with what streaming service was it on? Peacock? With Peacock original Genie, Melissa McCarthy, icon, legend, star of the screen, plays a genie, and in that she does in fact steal the Mona Lisa.
I think it's the Mona Lisa. Yeah.
She steals some famous ass painting and just like puts it in the living room of the main guy. And I was like, get her on board.
The whole
Stephen Fry would be in it.
Heist would be over.
Wouldn't be in it. That's all I'm saying.
Iconic, that last like 45 minutes of the movie being a game show.
Like in the style of QI.
It's incredible.
It's so. Have you seen QI?
Yes, I have.
Okay, yeah. It's so fun. I didn't realize that it was a QI parody as a child, but watching it, I was like, shut your mouth. That's so funny to get Stephen Fry in it.
Yeah, getting the Stephen Fry
on drugs
game show on top of this art heist happening at the exact same time.
Did you hear that meow?
No, I didn't. Is it Kaneki?
Kaneki's on my bed.
Oh, Kaneki.
Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. Kaneki main help. Shout out.
It's just incredible, whoever.
That is like, I think, up there on par with Quinn giving birth / the performance of Bohemian Rhapsody in season 1, episode 22 of Glee. It's giving that energy, like best mashups of scenes.
The combination
of
things is incredible.
And that wouldn't have happened if St Trinians hadn't happened first.
Amen. Couldn't agree more.
Bob's wouldn't have happened. Parent Trap wouldn't have happened.
From this, should we move on to
number 2?
The sequel?
Yes, because my only overall note is feminism for the first movie.
Feminism.
It invented it too.
Absolutely.
Trailblazing. St Trinians 2. Let's get into it.
2. So, Annabelle, you had only seen this once prior.
Exactly. Yes. I was a big St Trinians fan. Watched it a bunch. This one, I watched once at a sleepover in 2010. And Isabella McDonald, if you're listening, you've still got my DVD. Would love it back. But I remember not liking it. I remember thinking this is trash. It's nothing compared to the original. So I was ready for a rewatch because I didn't remember much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started the movie and for it to be starting out on a pirate ship,
I was
sold.
Immediately you're in. You said 5 stars.
I literally wrote down 10 out of 10.
Shut up.
I'm so serious.
So funny. No, the second I kind of semi-forgot that. When I saw that, I was like, Jesus. Ben's in.
Oh, no wonder he liked it.
Yeah, all right.
I love a pirate. Loved the pirate intro.
Love it.
And just the pirate storyline overall. You know, it turns into a pirate movie towards the end.
It does.
This one turns into a pirate movie. The other one turns into a heist movie. And this turns into a pirate movie.
I can't wait for number 3.
Okay, I read that they are working on a St. Trinian's 3, and
That's
they have
crazy.
been since 2009. So
it's gonna be good.
It's either gonna be real good or it's never coming.
They've been working on it for 15 years. Stop.
I'm sure we're gonna be getting it real soon.
I'm waiting.
There's a title too.
Really?
Like there is a title for it. It is called St. Trinian's 3 Battle of the Sexes.
Okay, I love that.
I'm in.
Are they going to be against the old boys school that they dressed up and like tried to infiltrate in the second one?
Yeah, that's what I would love to know. And we're going to find out in 15 more years.
I'm so ready.
So give us a little rundown, Annabelle, of St. Trinian's 2.
I will if I can. No. So St. Trinian's 2, we're back at the school we know and love. Annabel is now head girl. Kelly, Gemma Arterton, out of here. Gone.
She's graduated. She's old.
She's
She was 30.
MI7. She actually was 30. She's gone on to bigger and better espionage. Annabelle's left to pick up the pieces. Now, David Tennant's in it. David Tennant's here as the misogynistic villain. He's the head of this group, the Pompeys or something, Pooies.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. Starts with a P. And they have a piece of like Fritton history. There are 2 of these rings, and they're trying to sell them and get them back. And then Shakespeare's a woman. I don't know. Feel free to jump in.
Yeah. It's basically just them trying to get the ring. Yeah. The second ring, because they have the first one, but then they lose the first one.
And then they need to get both rings.
And then they need to, so they're just trying to get these rings because it's like a piece of history, blah, blah, blah. That were owned by pirates previously.
And then somehow Shakespeare comes into it.
Yes.
And we actually learn that Shakespeare is a Fritton and related to Annabel and Camilla. Not her dad, because her dad's actually not in this movie. He's not relevant anymore.
No, even though Rupert Everett was there.
It's not like he was unavailable. He was on set the entire time. He just denounced manhood, but good for him. And then it also turns out that Shakespeare was actually a woman in cosplay the entire time, which it's funny because...
Yeah, that's a good one.
12th Night. Yeah. As you like it. He loves a woman dressing as a man dressing as a woman. Loves it. Obsessed. So that would make sense.
Yes. And so this one had a few carryovers from the first movie in terms of actors that I did not expect.
Colin.
Did not think Colin Firth would make an appearance again.
And he doesn't for the first solid half.
Yeah.
Until you see him drunk at a bar with long hair.
Yeah. I thought he wasn't going to be in it, and then he made an appearance. I was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, me too.
But a lot of the people return. Gemma Arterton does return.
Gemma Arterton does return eventually in a significantly smaller role. Tallulah's back. Annabelle's still there. Juno has
Juno
a bigger
Temple.
role. Yeah. The Posh Toddies.
Okay, the Posh Toddies are there, but they're different Posh Toddies.
Well, main Posh Toddy is the same.
Yes, but good old Gabriella Wilde makes a wild appearance.
Ew. St Trinian's invented the Barbie, you invented comedy.
I'm obsessed with Gabriella Wilde.
Yeah, baby
Obsessed with Gabriella Wilde. And when I saw her little baby face, I said, what is going on right now?
What are you doing here? Yeah.
Queen. Queen
Icon.
of Poldark.
Queen of Poldark. As Jan Haywood knows.
What's that? Oh yeah, Jan Hayward would lose her little mind. She should watch St. Trinian's too.
I'm going to recommend it to her.
Also, in terms of new cast members, Annabel, based on our previous conversation, I don't know if you recognize this or clocked this, but star of Girls Aloud, Sarah Harding is in this movie.
Yeah.
She plays Roxy, the new
the new
kind
girl.
of rocker chick.
Yeah. Okay, one of my notes is she's irrelevant.
Sarah Harding from Girls Aloud.
Okay, well, love that. That's funny.
And to make things worse, Annabelle, she died 3 years ago.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for her loss, everyone.
She was 39.
That's awful. How'd she die?
Breast cancer.
Far out. I'm so
mixed with alcoholism, I think.
I take it back. She's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
She's not redundant.
I know.
Thank God she got this role.
I didn't even know she died. I clocked it as being Sarah Harding from Girls Aloud, but I did not know that she had passed
that's
recently.
so sad. And could you have not told me that before I opened my mouth? You monster. Jesus Christ. I'm going to hell.
Crazy.
Also, another cameo. The girl who plays the mean girl in Wild Child comes and she's Juliet.
Yes. Well, on top of that is Romeo.
Yeah, who's he?
Tom Riley.
Oh!
AKA Lizzie Kaplan's husband.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy spouses, so I went down a rabbit hole because I was like, mean girl from Wild Child, what's she up to? Because one of my notes in the original was that Lucy Punch should have been the mean girl in Wild Child.
I couldn't agree. Where is Lucy Punch in this movie?
Where's Lucy Punch in this movie?
St. Trinian's too.
So true. But then I was like, whoa, that's crazy that mean girl from Wild Child's in this. Went down a rabbit hole. Her name's Georgina King. 1 Australian parent. She's a Nepo baby. 2 actor parents. Do you know who she is in a long-term relationship with and has a child with?
Georgina, what's her name?
Georgina King.
Georgina King.
Not Regina King.
Martin Luther King.
Yes. Famously still alive. Hiding out. No, Ben Schwartz.
What?
What?
That's so weird.
I actually had to click on the Wikipedia page to see if it was the same Ben Schwartz. Yes.
I'm gonna be looking this up right now because I'm shocked.
You look it up, it's all fake. I made it up.
Yeah, I think you might have.
I could have. No, how crazy is that? She's also in Vice Principals, which I watched all of and didn't recognize her once.
What's her name? Georgina King?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She's Scottish.
Scottish icon. Half Scottish, half Australian.
She had oh my god, they literally had a kid May of last year.
I was going to say so recently. I think that's when their relationship was confirmed.
And she has been in a relationship with comedian Ben Schwartz for years.
Years.
Wild. Child.
Wild child.
Gabriella.
Gabriella Wild Child. I'm still really sad about that Girls Aloud girl dying. And me saying she was
crazy.
Redundant.
She's not. She's important. We need her.
You're so right. The world actually does need her, and I'm really sad that she's gone from it.
I would also like to say about St. Trinian's too.
Yes,
so this movie came out in 2009.
Yes, it did. Important year. Glee premiered on May 19th.
It did come out the exact same weekend as Avatar.
Oh my god. Was this 2009's Barbenheimer?
It was the Barbenheimer in 2009.
Oh my god.
The St. Triniatars, I think.
The way I've only seen one of them, and the one that I saw that weekend was St. Trinian's 2.
It was number 2 at the UK box office.
Whoa,
behind Avatar.
Damn it. Robbed. Disgusting.
Beat it, but I don't know.
Yeah. I have some little notes.
Sure.
Hit me. I remember one of these lines like really pissing me off. there are all of these like bits that I hated. One of the lines is things that like you hate, and it's like poverty, fascism, Miley Cyrus, and
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
I said the Miley Cyrus slander.
No, I was disgusted. I was Miley's like biggest fan, ride or die, so that really offended me. And
is that why you hated this movie?
I think that's why I remember hating this, because anyone who said anything about Miley Cyrus I cancelled. That's why to this day I'm an anti-Swiftie.
This was before the like
Hannah Montana
rebel
movie
era of Miley Cyrus, right?
Yes, she was actually tamed. She could be tamed at this point.
So for them to say that is crazy.
Insane.
At this point.
Insane. What a joke.
I think that I wrote that down. I said, that's so funny. They really hate Miley Cyrus.
They hate Miley Cyrus for no reason.
Yeah. I did write that down. I also wrote down that I'm really glad Juno Temple is back. I'm really glad they gave Juno Temple a little bit bigger of a role in this.
More of a character. However, environmental activist.
Why is Juno Temple so obsessed with being green?
Why is she so obsessed with climate change?
She like that comes out of nowhere. I'm so sorry.
It's out of nowhere. Also, why is her ringtone a dolphin? Going like, ah! I lost my mind.
Save the dolphin.
When she's like, someone's calling, it's a dolphin.
I was so confused because just randomly she's like, the earth is melting.
Climate change is the biggest problem facing our world.
It's like, girl, they're talking about rings.
This is St Trinian's too, baby. What are you talking about? No, that's wild. But you know what? Good for her. Give her some screen time.
Green girl.
Green girl. I also loved the part where they dressed up as guys and went into the all-boys school. That was
I wrote that down too.
One of my
highlights.
highlights
Was they do in fact look good as boys.
They look hot. I would.
The only person that I feel like they could have done a little better with is Juno Temple.
Honestly, yeah.
Like they just put her hair up and just did that.
They said done. But main Posh Toddy kind of went crazy.
No. Yeah.
As Jaunty Barber, slaughtered.
The not mean girl, but like the one that teaches the boys choir how to beatbox.
Chav.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Chav.
Oh,
she looked great.
Why did she look like Richard Ayoade?
Clammy probably lost
her mind. Clammy's getting so many shout outs today. Watch her not listen to this one.
Kind of. I see it is the thing.
No, I lost my mind. I was like, that's crazy.
I was gonna say she looked like a boy. I was like, that's a boy.
That's a man. Not derogatory.
But compliment. That scene was like the best scene in the whole movie.
Loved it. Obsessed with that. I apparently thought that there was sexual tension between Posh Toddy and the Chavs. Now,
I don't know if I picked up on that.
I watched this literally like 2 hours ago. Can I remember that? No. But I clearly really thought it at the time.
I don't even remember that.
Okay, well, keep an eye out when everyone at home is watching. Let me know if I'm right. Leave a comment below. Maybe I just really wanted there to be sexual tension between them.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sexual tension, why will they not let Rupert Everett and Colin Firth kiss?
They did kiss in Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, you're right.
Because it says kiss that we've been waiting for. Because when they panned away in the first one, I said homophobes. Are you serious?
And then in the second one, well, there's the first one where they almost kiss and then he falls asleep.
Yeah.
And then also in this one, earlier on, before the Romeo and Juliet, they like almost kiss, but then they don't. Yeah. So it was just like, let it happen. Can we?
Yeah, and like even the kiss in Romeo and Juliet was like short, kind of like the fact that you didn't even notice it means that it wasn't a big thing.
This isn't what we've been building up to.
I wanted the music to swell, and I wanted it to be a make out in the rain. Maybe one of them's upside down.
It's reminiscent of High School Musical 2. Troy and Gabriella were not allowed to kiss in the sequel.
You're literally so right. This is actually kind of same timeline as High School Musical almost.
It is. It's like 2 years after. Well, no, St. Trinian's 1 came out a year after High School Musical.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So they were inspired by.
Definitely.
Clearly.
High School Musical was inspired by.
Yeah. That's why they hated Miley Cyrus, because of her cameo in High School Musical 2.
You're so right, and they couldn't get her for this movie.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was one or the other.
And she chose poorly. She chose the wrong sequel.
Besides the dressing up as boys and going to the all-boys school, the best scene in the movie has to be the We Got the Beat flash mob.
Oh, iconic.
That I have never felt so left out. I wanted to be
No,
there.
me too. I thought you were gonna say I've never felt so alive.
That too.
Because
That
same.
too.
Yeah. No, I loved it.
It just made me feel so good. I wanted to be there in that mall dancing with those
I so agree.
nuns.
I always want to be dancing with the nuns. That's what I said for 13 years of Catholic school. I said, dance with me, baby. Come on, baby girls.
Oh my gosh.
I loved... Okay, Richard Iowati, we've covered that. That was an important one. Ben Schwartz. Why do I feel like New Girl's irrelevant? I actually need to strike that one.
Why do you feel like New Girl is just so relevant? It's crazy.
Why do I feel like she's the most relevant person in the movie?
Yeah.
And I wish she could be in St Trinian's 3.
I would like to say I do think that Tallulah Riley... Okay.
I said Annabel looks
Tallulah
hotter.
Riley's horrible in this movie.
Tallulah Riley's not good in the first one.
Okay, but it didn't stick out to me as much.
Yeah, because I guess she... Yeah, just had to be like an awkward little...
she was... Like, she's not a good actress in it.
No,
But, like,
no.
it wasn't so bad that I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
But this one
was.
I could just not even... Some of the lines that she would deliver, and I'd be like, girl, sit down.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Bring Gemma Arterton back.
Bring her back. Yeah, she cannot carry the movie as head girl.
No. I don't think it suits her as a person. I just think it was the wrong move.
When she was possessed, that was crazy.
What the hell?
When Miss Fritton's like, Annabel, get down. What are you doing?
Speaking of how this movie has something for everybody, horror fans,
you're
in for a treat.
You're in. Annabelle just can't get away from the horror genre.
No, literally.
She's always possessed.
That's what the Annabelle movie was inspired.
Annabelle and Annabelle creation would not have happened had it not been for St Trinian's 2 Hunt for the Fritton Revenge of the Girls.
A Legend of Fritz.
Why is that not singing? It's giving the girl across the road from the window with the casserole and with the casserole. Kristen Bell, and she's afraid of the rain, and a child gets eaten. It's crazy.
Probably inspired by this movie.
Probably inspired by this movie, I would say.
Yeah.
The way I literally said kiss of the century.
Yeah. I feel like this movie just... The story of this movie felt so much more forced than the first one.
I agree. One of my overall notes was I just think the plot's not as strong.
Yeah. Like, the first one, it knew where it was going. It knew where it started.
That's
and
a movie.
It created a universe that, like, I feel like they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
This one is like they had no idea what to do with
no clue
the characters after it, and they said, well, let's just like write something and see where it goes.
And it went. I couldn't have told you where it went. That's crazy. But
yeah,
I feel like the dialogue was fun. It was funny. Loved the characters, but the plot is where it really fell down.
And that's the thing about it is like these characters were already established. We already loved these characters.
Exactly.
So if there hadn't been a St Trinian's 1, this movie would probably be like a 2 out of 10.
So true.
Like, it would be so low.
Yeah, because we wouldn't already be invested.
But because we saw St. Trinian's 1, it's like, okay, love them.
Yeah, we'll let them play and have some fun.
What shenanigans are they getting themselves into?
Yeah. But no, it was crazy. But it is actually a lot better than I remember.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
I think there were more jokes in this one that I just didn't get as an 11-year-old. For some reason, the first one I got more.
You saw it at a sleepover, so who maybe you just didn't fully pay attention.
That's so true. It was also a crazy sleepover where Bella McDonald's parents came in and made us pray at the bed.
That sounds like...
Like her dad came in and literally got on his knees in front of us, and I said, whoop.
That's the best sleepover.
That was so good. So I was distracted by the Lord.
And you already wrote it off because of the Miley Cyrus slander, so...
So true, and that happens kind of early on. That's like my 5th note.
Yeah.
So
it makes
I was
sense.
unfair. I was unfair in hindsight. I apologize.
Coming back, we both gave it a 7 out of 10.
We both gave it a 7 out of 10.
And I stand by that. I think it is a 7. I was between a 6 and a 7.
Me too. I going in, thought it was firmly going to be a 6. And then I bumped it up to a little 7.
It's just not anywhere. It just can't touch St. Trinian's 1, truly.
It can't. One thing I did really enjoy, I also did enjoy the end, the little performance of Romeo and Juliet with Camilla. The way I'm saying Camilla and Colin. Pick their real names or pick their character names. Camilla and Jeffrey, Rupert and Colin.
if you will.
Was obsessed with that. I also love how it had to keep going, and then they just started doing 12th Night. Like Juliet's dead, and then they start with Music Be the Food of Love play on. I lost my little mind.
Good.
Lost my mind. Also, that it ends with Shakespeare being a woman and queenly, and I said feminism.
I think it's like a good mirror of the first movie, because the first movie has that whole ending scene of just the quiz show, and then this one has that whole ending scene of the play, the Shakespeare. So it's just like a really good. They have really strong like ending scenes.
They really do. They have a strong little theatrical conceit, if you will.
And it's great. I will again.
Yeah. I feel bad for writing it off. Because it had some good things in it.
I had probably really low expectations going into it because of your opinions that you had told me.
I apologize for that, but also I don't. Because women shouldn't apologize.
It's okay. Women shouldn't apologize. And I went into it starting off pirate movie and then Gabriella Wilde, and I said, this movie's literally can't get any better.
Exactly. So, it's better to go in with low expectations and have them exceeded.
Exactly.
Than because if you'd seen the first one, thought it was really great, you might have thought the second one was going to be equally as good and been knocked down.
Yeah, I did not think that. Also,
thank God.
Yeah, and I don't want to go into a movie ever with really high expectations, because nothing will ever beat my expectations. So
true. Exactly.
But so overall, Annabelle, would you say that the first St. Trinian's or the second St. Trinian's is better?
Ben, what kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? Number 2, baby.
Me too.
Done. See you next Tuesday. No, I mean, obviously number 1's better.
Yeah.
We both gave number 1 9s.
We did, yeah.
I was so close to a 10.
I was gonna say, I could have given it a 10.
I was so close, but then I don't know. I feel like my 10 out of 10 teen movies.
I know it can't be in that realm.
Exactly.
Because I don't think it is in that realm.
It's very close to that realm for me, because there's also nostalgia, but it just didn't quite crack it.
A good old 9 out of 10, and that's a hefty 9. That's like
baby.
A 9.8, 9.9.
Whoa, you're so right. Actually, Letterboxd, let's get granular.
Let's get into the point ones.
Let's get to the nitty gritties. Let's become mathematicians over here. Let's do some decimals.
We're gonna make a competitor Letterboxd app that is just the nitty gritty.
Wait,
you can really rate these babies.
We need to. Ben, that's crazy. An entrepreneur.
That's copyrighted. If anybody takes that idea, I swear to God. Letterboxd, if you're listening, I swear to God.
I swear to God. Ben's a lawyer, actually. He'll take you to court.
Yeah. I'm already writing the complaint as we speak.
Done. Thank you. But no, it was cute. The second one, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
But overall, killer series. Killer movie.
Yes. Great series.
Great characters. Based on a book series, I'm pretty sure.
It is based off a comic series.
Oh, okay. Not even.
Yes. And
Books
this is
the
6th and 7th movie that they've made based off that comic series.
I did know that. I remember my dad running his little mouth, opening his little flaps about that in 2007 when we were renting it from the DVD store. He was like, didn't you know it used to be a comic book and then there were 6 other movies?
Maybe the next podcast is us watching the first 5.
Honestly, I would love to. I've never done it.
Yeah, that'd be a great first watch for
That'd
both
be
of us.
fun. Is Colin in it?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Maybe.
Well, not going to be a hold-up watch.
We'll find out. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, Annabelle.
Thank you so much for keeping it close to your chest.
But if you didn't listen to our instructions and watch the movies and then come back to this podcast, watch the movies now.
So true, yeah.
And then re-listen to the podcast and...
give us those listens, baby.
I need to know if people think the second one's better than the first. What?
I think what people should do, unless you listen to us at the beginning and watch the movies. If you haven't, watch the movies, come back, watch the video version on Thursday.
Amen, baby.
Yeah.
That's the move.
That's the move, baby girl.
YouTube, sick. See you next Tuesday.
So true. So true.
But with that, I feel like I don't really have anything else to say about St. Trinian's, the best movie from 2007.
I don't think I have anything else to say again. I think I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out of words.
I think we covered it.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
You know what that means.
I think I do know what that means. We're also going to be able to do it this week because we're on FaceTime.
Oh my God, we're like creeping up to it. Okay. Ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.